gentlemen, your host for tonight's show.
Here, I'll break it over your. I'll break it over your head.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You're a real crumb bum.
See, these guys are all the same.
With filthy mouths and bad attitudes.
The Crumb Show. Or is he really mean the last building? Because now it kind of look like I'm getting set up.
Yeah, that's what everybody thinks.
Dude, I be thinking like, is this a fucking trap? What the hell?
Reservoir Dogs shit.
Yeah. What is
The
this?
warehouse. Come on in, Jay.
It's all dark outside and shit. But
I'm
that's
on
how
the side, Jay.
that's how we do it over here at the Crumb Show.
That's
Tonight
right.
we got our man, Jaye Burrell.
What's going
Give it up for
on?
him.
What's going on?
Jaye Burrell. He comes out to Sojo's for the open mic, and he hits all the open mics around the area. And I call him the, what do I say? The combat comedy veteran or something like that.
I like that.
Comes over.
I like that.
Thank you for your service. I'm sure you never get tired of hearing that. But
Thank you for thanking me.
Appreciate it.
I'm weird. I'm an overthinker, so I always got a weird response for that.
What are you, fucking communist?
Well,
Thank the man for his service.
Thank you for thanking me, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you do you come up Joel's and you do that mic, and I see your pictures on the gram and shit. You do
Yes, sir.
a bunch of them. Where else do you hit?
The Comedy John on Mondays. That would be the Lazarus Bar. Okay. I believe that's the name of the bar. Comedy John's on Monday. And right across the street is a place called JJ Fallon's. You can hit them both up back to back. That's real cool. I just discovered that a little while ago.
It's called the Comedy John, or
The
you
Comedy
just couldn't think
John-
of it, so
no.
you called it the Comedy.
That's an excellent question, being in our area that we live in. The comedy night is the Comedy John. The name of the club, I believe, is, if I'm not mistaken, is St. Lazarus Bar.
And we're just
Okay.
This is Girard. That's what it is. I think it's West Girard.
okay.
But if you look up the Comedy John St. Lazarus Bar, you'll be able to find it. And right across the street is the club. So I think it's, as far as I know, I don't know. I don't want to say this like it's something that could be Googled as looking dumb, but if I'm not mistaken, it's the only black-owned, black-run open mic spot in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
And the only one you can go across the street and do 2 mics in the same night.
Right.
Oh,
that's cool, man.
That's
Yeah,
a lot of people love
Mondays.
that.
exactly.
Do 2 nights, in one night.
Yeah.
I know about a story about on Wednesday night they tried to do that and it fell through. One of the club that had one, it was a spot that I used to go to on Wednesdays that I just closed down because another place was opening up from somebody who was a regular there, and they saw it as comp when they should have saw it when the guy who was opening it up was trying to say, "Yo, this is a great thing." Some people are some people enjoy hitting up 2 mics in the same night. So if we play off of each other, then it can work.
Right.
But he saw it as comp, and he closed his shit up.
But I heard that maybe he was being just a little bit upset that time, and that it could like be every other time.
I don't know the details.
I heard like because
I don't know
I
details.
talk because I've heard the same thing.
Yeah.
No, this is all just what I heard. Like, I don't want to, but
Exactly.
they said it could. But
You ain't
I
saying
got to
who.
think positive.
Yeah.
He instead of he might have been like a little upset and been a bit hasty, and
Yeah.
we're gonna do it every other time and see how it goes.
Well, that's
He could have.
look, if it's not at a place that is for comedy, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it becomes a business thing. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
he's just a bar owner that's like, hey, maybe I'll make some money on this comedy night, and he's not making money. What's he give a fuck about comedians?
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
Well,
exactly.
Well, he wants to do a true open mic, I guess, with music. He wants music.
Yeah, we don't like that.
Yeah.
They said they used to have music there on that same night, so I believe that's one reason he was so fast to change it back.
Right,
But
right,
anyway,
right.
that's just a guess. I don't know him.
Yeah.
Only met him
I don't
a few
know.
times.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
been,
Yeah.
but I've heard things because we're in the loop.
Yeah,
I got you.
we're in the comedy world.
Right, we're in the comedy world.
Yeah, we heard about the other open mic that opened up on Wednesday. I think we'll check it out. Go check it out one
You
night.
should, man.
Dan
It's
Aprile.
real nice. It's real
Dan April, I think.
Yes.
I heard. Yeah.
Great spot, great atmosphere. It's young. We had a excellent what you call it. We had some unique audience members. This first, I don't know. I think this is his first. Don't have me lying. It's either his first or his second or something like that. But
Yeah.
but it's real new. And this is my first time being in there, and they had some real interesting audience members. Some kindergartners, I believe, if that. So
No, like seriously, kids.
yeah, there was some kids sliding in and out because there was a restaurant right beside it. So there was a family eating right there. The only family in the whole restaurant was empty except right beside where we was having over the mic at.
Oh, shit.
And then the kids was running back and forth. When we was clapping, the kids was joining in, yo. It was actually funny, but you know, they weren't. The timing wasn't always right, you know.
Like,
but
so you can't do dirty there or what?
that's it. That was the fun part. I didn't. I cut mine down because they was really paying attention when I was number one. It was one of them times that everybody jumped over number 1 and 2, and so I signed at number 1, and I went clean because the kids were really paying attention to me, and some of the other ones, they be back in there playing with their family, so then they could say what they want. Then people started bringing it up in their sets, so it became a part of the show.
That's good, though, to get thrown a loop like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's why I didn't mind
We're
it
spoiled.
myself personally. Exactly.
Yeah.
But we've had kids in the audience before. Remember, the people brought their kid.
Yeah.
People
Couple
brought the
times.
kids one
Really?
time. And
That's funny.
One time, like the one dude, he comes a lot. He brought his son to one of the open mics and his son loved it because he watches
Right.
comedians and everything. And then they had
How old was
maybe 7 or something.
Yeah.
And then
I remember
there
that.
was a baby or two we've had.
Yeah, there was a baby there a few weeks ago, and somebody
I remember a baby, I think.
cracked me up for a couple of days. It was cracking me up. I don't know if he probably don't watch, but shout out Walker Britt.
Yeah.
Because everybody says dating's hard, and that night of the open mic, 6 or 7 people went up and started up with dating's hard, dating's hard.
Yeah.
So then this guy Walker Britt goes up, and he's a funny dude. He's a funny dude.
Shout out Walker.
He
He clean haze guy, right?
Yeah,
He don't
yeah.
got no hair on his face.
right, yeah,
Yeah, he is real funny.
yeah. He's been there for a while.
He comes up with stuff off the top too, because
Yeah.
you can tell he'll be replying to some stuff that somebody else said
He's
too.
a funny dude.
Yeah, he's real funny.
So he says, everybody says, he didn't say, everybody was saying dating's hard. So he gets up there and he's like, somebody brought a baby, like a regular baby in a stroller. He said, who the fuck brought a baby here? That baby's first words are going to be, dating's hard, right? I was cracking up all week over that shit.
Yeah. His timing is really good.
Right.
Yeah, he's real smart.
The
Yeah.
3 of them,
Yeah, he's
Raph, Jess, and him.
And
are
Walker,
all-
real- Who is
Yeah.
Jess? I don't know who
She's,
Jess is. Off the
Jess
top.
Rowe.
Jess Rowan. She's blonde hair. She comes with Walker and Raph.
She might have been there last
Tall.
night. She might have been there last night because that sounded like a young lady who was there last night.
With Walker?
Walker wasn't there, but there was a tall blonde. But there's a lot of tall blondes.
There's also a tall blonde named Gretchen.
I had it might have been
forgot.
Gretchen. Shout out
I
Gretchen.
think it was Gretchen.
Yeah,
actually.
Gretchen,
I
yeah.
think it was Gretchen.
Yeah,
Shout
she's
out
funny as-
Gretchen. She's
funny as
funny.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was there last night. Out her out as well.
That's cool. How many comics have they had?
Again, this is my first time showing. If I want to say, maybe 10.
Oh yeah.
I didn't stay the whole time because I was being selfish or something.
Right.
But because I signed up first, that's a rare thing for me because y'all know how I get down.
Right.
I'm always late. So yeah.
Nah.
I've never went on first. Chris went first the other night. How is it? Like
It's terrible.
It's just cold.
I hate
What's
it.
I mean, trying to compare it to not going first. It does suck a little bit more. I think it's easier to see somebody else not do good. Seriously.
Right.
If you see 5 people in a row and they all are the shit, and they got the whole room rolling, it's hard to hit up after that. You know what I mean? But if you see 5 people bomb, to me, it makes it easy. Like, what is it that I'm afraid of? That's just for advice for anybody else who might be afraid of
There was
that.
26 lines, and the first line was over. And I'm like, I either sign up at this one spot, or I'm signing up 27, and I'm going to be here till
All night. Yeah, it's a 10 o'clock night.
And we like to hang. We like to come out and hang with the other, but sometimes it's too late. It's like if you're not hosting. But anywho, I went up first, and then I'm like, felt the same. I'm like, tried all new stuff that I never said before ever.
Yeah.
I'm just like this. I was like, in my head, it sounded funny as shit, and then I started saying it, and I'm like, oh, this is terrible, but I'm gonna keep telling you.
Yeah.
I've already been talking about it in my head all day, so now I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's what it's like, man.
And then I can like now push those aside and do other stuff.
Yeah.
I might work on a little. I might like tweak them a little bit. You never know.
Well, you worked on that set. We both did the Dirty Show up Joel's a couple weeks ago. So
I was Jeremy and
and Dylan.
yeah, Jeremy.
I asked him about that last night. So yeah, congratulations on that,
Jeremy
man.
was
Thank
at
you,
the.
thank you.
Yeah, Jeremy was
Yeah,
there.
cool.
Congratulations, y'all. man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
We all killed. We talked. Yeah, it was a great show.
Yeah.
But yeah, we worked on that. I've worked on. I got a lot more material, but like the Dirty Show material, like is stuff that we worked on for like a year.
The stuff I've
Yeah.
probably heard y'all say before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so like,
But that's what's up.
I did it at my first not open mic.
Yeah. And it
So now
all rolled
and yeah, everything was. We all killed.
through it. That's what's up, man.
It was like no silence the entire time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Is this your first time doing like a showcase of this type, like other than open mic?
Right.
Yo, you see how the crowd isn't nowhere near like our shit, right?
Right.
They're more. It's almost like they want to laugh with you.
Yeah.
Ours open micers. If you can make open mic rumor of open micers laugh, you really are the shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're way harder to make laugh. So non-open micers, usually when they go to a club, they pay, they drink, and they want to laugh. So I'm glad y'all get this. I don't know. Is this your first time?
It was my second. My
time?
second. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
He got to do the dome.
Yeah, did the show.
Yeah,
Done.
and y'all had big shows at Soul Joe's, so that's what's up to have it as your
It was
first
fun.
spot, man.
And it was a good time.
Yeah.
I said the other night at the Soul Joel's, like, I don't know, it's a welcoming place, so I don't know, because a lot of people came up, they were like, oh, it was a good set, I liked your set, and I'm like, how could you? Like, I'm like, thank you in my head. I'm like, thank you, but I'm like, that was like the shittiest things I've ever.
Yeah, I got you.
They weren't even written down. They were just thoughts coming out of me, and like maybe that is funny to some people.
Yeah.
But
You got some laughs.
I got some laughs, but I felt like I half-assed it.
Right.
I gotta stop doing it.
Are you talking about at your actual show or open mic?
Open mic.
Okay, I got
The actual show, like I've worked with that material. I knew that.
Yeah.
Say that shit in my sleep.
Yeah.
New stuff I had to start working.
I got you.
But anywho, this is not about me. This is about Jaye.
Yeah.
It's about all of us, bro.
Did you do that church show a couple weeks ago or a month or so ago?
Yeah. With Jay was the main thing. It was through his folks.
Right.
Yes, I did.
How'd that go?
With Karen Schwartz and Dana, and I don't forget her last name. It's extra long. But everybody else, I forgot the other ones. Shout out to them.
Brad.
People, I don't know their name.
Brad.
Yeah, that's right. Bradford Davis.
Bradford Davis.
That's my homie.
We were talking to him last night.
Yeah, he was there too last night.
yeah?
Tuesday.
Cool.
Damn,
Who was there at the
everybody's
club?
going
Yeah, we gotta go.
Pretty much a lot of people who go on Tuesday nights and the people who were going to the other spot on Wednesdays now attend homie spot.
Right.
It's a real nice spot.
It's closer.
Exactly. Well, it's almost the same to me. Yeah, from town, it's about the same to me. It's about 30 to 35 minute range. depending on how you drive.
Right, yeah, we definitely gotta get down there.
Yeah, man.
But the church show was good, and that was all clean.
Yes, sir.
You're basically pretty clean. Your jokes are pretty clean for the most part.
That's wild. That's
is really.
I think I'm kind of dirtier than I think I probably need to be sometimes. So that's wild to hear you say that. I appreciate it, I guess.
Yeah, I can't remember
what's up.
anything.
No, I think
dirty.
you might have some edgy. I know he did have a couple times when he was talking about eating pussy, like you know.
Duh.
He was
Yeah,
like,
I do remember trying those out.
I digress then.
He
But,
did have a
yeah.
couple. He got a couple.
But yeah, it's usually I may have a subject that like that because it goes with a joke. But I
for
don't.
the most part, you're maybe edgy but not dirty.
Yeah, I don't look to cuss, even though, believe it or not, cussing helps me not stutter. I'm doing pretty good, huh?
We
Yeah,
didn't
man,
talk about
definitely.
that. For those who don't know, you know,
Oh
not
yes.
to put him out there, but he has a little stutter.
Yeah. I was going to see. I got a what's the name of them things? I just lost to myself. What's the name? Dual bet things online on how long I was going to go before I. Okay, there go one. Before I stuttered real bad. I think I did it a little while ago too. But anyway, I do got a speech impediment. So if you see me clutching at my chest or something like that, you know, taking my time, it gives off vibes of stroke symptoms to some. Please don't call 911 or anything. Those ambulance bills are not cheap. They're about $1,000 a piece.
Fucking right, yeah.
And I don't pay them shits.
Nah,
But I don't want to give away one of your jokes. So I think it's pretty cool, and it actually should be some. You know, I'm going to show everybody your merch over there. Jay's getting in the merch game, and
Yeah, I'm trying to.
yeah,
Oh, for real? That's your.
There's the block, yeah.
Yeah.
There's me on the block,
How
yeah.
did I know that?
I've been trying to slang them jokes since I was 2.
What's the name of
Trying
the
to
brand?
pimp them jokes. Remix wear.
that's what I was getting at.
RMX.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
The merch, the professional, because you saying one of your jokes, I think you're a professional remixer.
Yeah, that actually is what my jokes. What you call it? I don't consider myself a stutterer. I'm a remixer because I'm gonna get the word out. I'm just gonna change how or what in the direction I was gonna go or the pace or whatever. I can actually avoid stuttering if it's the pace up to me, but I'm dumb. I'll be trying to keep up with the conversations or what's in my head, and that's where I get caught up.
Right.
I could avoid it almost 100%. Talk slow and articulate. I really could,
Right.
but who wants to talk like fucking Frankenstein?
Right, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta get that shit out anyway,
Exactly.
you know.
And I'm old now, so.
Fuck it.
I can't emphasize how much it affected my life. It may not seem like it now. Like I really couldn't speak, and still don't. I still have the problem now. I just don't do it much on mics. I don't know why. I think that's because I'm meant to be a comedian.
Well, that's what I was going to pause for a second there, because people have said to me, like, I can't imagine how you get on stage. It seems like the most terrifying thing in the world to me.
Yeah,
And it's very terrifying, you know, to a certain aspect. But
yeah.
how badass is it that you have a speech impediment and you get on stage, like, as a comic? Like, it's the 100%. The whole thing of being a comic is your voice, and you're going up against that with a speech impediment. Like, to me, that's badass.
It is.
I appreciate
You know what I mean? It's like,
about
fuck it. I'm going to get through this. You're going to sit with me. And we're both going to laugh at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy's the
appreciate
only
that.
one that actually made. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
Made
he
fun of him.
He made fun of me at and I got him back at Tuned Up. I don't think I said it at Soul Joe's.
No,
I
you
should have. I
Right.
did, but I got him the next day at Tuned Up, And I was like, yo, he made fun. But anyway.
Right. Yeah.
That's the homie, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Shout out
Jay Rock.
We had him on last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that was last week? Okay.
Yeah, we had him on last week. It's cool. We're going through trying to go through the whole rotation of regulars up at Soul Jones.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Hey, I watched, I don't know, was it y'all first interview with Sojo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe he was the first.
Yeah.
I watched that.
Okay,
and
cool.
he, other than becoming a comedian, he actually put another idea in my mind. Not exactly his path, but it was something he said. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it, but put in my mind to do something else besides once I get good enough to get where I think I'm going to be, to extend beyond me. But anyway,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the guy's been around. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. He's definitely an entrepreneur. There's no doubt about that.
He
That
does
place
not
is
pl-
popping
He doesn't play.
Yeah, he does.
6
yeah.
nights a week. Yeah, he does not play. Sometimes you can't even find a fucking parking spot. You got to park over by the trash cans or over
right.
by the dome or something on on a Tuesday night.
Right.
And there's probably like hundreds of parking spots there.
And we've seen it grow over the last. I remember because I was actually there 1 week before y'all started to do y'all thing there. I remember 1 week before that, it was in the other room. I don't know. I ain't been there the last couple weeks.
Gatsby's. It was.
Oh, it was in the
It was
restaurant.
in the other room. Yeah,
It was
exactly.
in a restaurant for a minute. Yeah.
And I forgot who was the host. And then the next week, you guys started the host.
Okay.
And
the cat was the open mic, was the host, I think.
She had a
Yeah,
guitar.
Kat,
she
the
would play
guitar
the
lady.
guitar
Remember.
lady. Oh, you
I don't
know.
remember. I just remember they gave me a long time, and that's why I was coming at the end at first. Because the first couple times I think I came at the end or something, and I was able to get real long time.
Right.
I don't remember when like. So the very first time was I got Soul Joel's. We did it in the Melody Room, and then it started going in Gatsby's, and then it would just switch back and forth. But a lot of times with the Gatsby, but the very first time was Ryan Rins was the host.
Yeah,
Ryan.
shout out Ryan. We had him on here.
Yeah, we had him too.
Yeah.
And
He was there last night too.
yeah, I'm sure he was. He
Yeah.
because he lives around, he's around here.
Yeah.
And then the next time was Kat, and she wanted it to be like a musical and comedy.
Yeah.
Really?
We would do the comedy. She'd go up and do a couple open mic songs, like a couple acoustic songs.
I remember somebody doing
And-
music.
Yeah.
And then like
That's probably her.
it was
first
for
started, yeah.
for a good chunk of time, and then she does a lot of other open mics, and she's got like 3 bands because she's really good
Yeah.
at guitar and singing and whatever. And she was like, I can't get any musical people up here. I just want to. So we got the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with it because I don't really like sitting through the guitar acts and shit.
No,
Sorry.
no offense.
The good
Yeah.
thing is, though, if they stick around, they're not comedians, so you might get some laughs out of them. You know what I mean? But whatever. I like it being all comics. It's better like that.
Yeah.
Where'd you do your first mic at?
I want to get this right. This has been a minute. Alter Egos, a color. It's probably they changed their name. Actually, it's in a place. It's in Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Yeah, this is in 2010 or 11ish. So this
Damn.
is in Augusta, Georgia. I just come from Iraq.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and but I trying to think of a place because in Iraq I decided I wanted to do open mic, so I went to Georgia to be around my son. I had never lived around him, so I did that, and I told my good friend I wanted to do open mic. She told me where it was going to be found at, and it was Alter Ego because I was going to go to Atlanta. I was going to go there, and I was like a 2.5 hour drive. So to find it in town was a good thing for me. So
Right.
I tried it there, and I still remember my first time.
Yeah. How'd you do?
I didn't do good. It wasn't funny, but I went on stage, and the main thing that surprised me is I didn't stutter at all.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So it killed me. So that really was what half the reason I went back after that is because I kept surprising myself. Because I know me, and I know when I can't talk. Like it's half. Even though even now as an adult, I still have that same the same issue has always been there because I don't take my time the way I just did.
Right.
So when I go on stage and it's still a surprise to me almost. When I show my speech impediment on stage, it's because I'm real comfortable there.
Okay.
And I've done that at a few places I've been. It's usually once I'm real familiar, but I don't like to get that familiar at the same spots. That's why I try to switch it up as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you like cracking everybody up in Iraq? Like, I hear wars, a lot of sitting around.
Oh, it was.
So were you like just hanging out, cracking everybody up?
At times, yeah. But I wasn't like known as the clown. I'm a shit talker.
Okay.
So anybody who knows me, So if my homeboys in the army, then they know I'm going shit talk. So yeah.
Right. Okay.
Matter of fact, that's a good thing to know. How many people actually consider me a class clown? I consider myself a class clown, but it's even me. I don't do it all the time. Who's the same way all the time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
how about in school? Were you like in school? Or was it the same?
I'm kind of weird because I never was almost in the same school all the time. So I'm a what you call it? What's that called? What's that word when you're always inter? You're not an exterior person. You're not an outward.
Introvert.
Introvert.
Yeah.
Naturally, I'm an introvert person, and I'm naturally shy because of my speech impediment. So my normal reaction is to be shy in classrooms, and I moved around a lot as a kid.
Okay.
So once I got familiar and got friendly with somebody, that's when I started to talk shit.
Otherwise,
it didn't take long.
People ask you questions like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
At first, yeah.
I don't know.
And me with my speech problem, especially being 8, 9, 10, I kept my mouth shut as much as I could because it wasn't real easy to control.
Yeah, I hear that. You're a graduate of actual comedy school though now.
Oh yeah.
Does that cost money?
Yeah, man. They take what are you talking about? They said on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I can come in there and grab my ankles, and it's like 4 to 5 pumps. And I think Tuesday, let me stop. It wasn't that much. I don't know if it's good or bad to say the price. I mean, they got the price online anyway.
Online,
yeah. The class I took was $400, but they got other classes.
I heard you sneeze.
That's but. The one I took was only a few classes. It was only like 4 classes before we had our showcase. So I guess about 100 per class, I guess. So there are other classes I've seen and I'm interested in as well that are higher and there are more classes. So
what do you learn in a? What do they teach you that's worth $100? Like, what knowledge do you get? Like, in a nutshell.
Well, that's gonna cost you, my brother.
Yeah,
I mean,
the game is to be sold, my nigga.
Yeah, it's true. True. But I mean, it cracks. It blows my mind. Like, because I'll charge you. Give me 25. I'll tell you how to be funny. But
who's gonna tell you?
But what I'm saying is, who told them they were funny?
Exactly.
They are. They're professional comics. They're
People
not.
tell me I'm funny all the time. People come up to me at the Soul Joes all the time, tell me I'm fucking crazy.
There is a difference in somebody who's told that and somebody else who's paid to make people laugh for years. So usually those are the people I would assume. I wouldn't. There probably is though. There probably is some instructors out there who ain't never worked, but I assume it probably wouldn't be a lot of them.
I have heard like people talk shit about some of the comics that run those things. It was mostly California though they were talking about. The people that run those comedy classes, that's what he's saying. They didn't make it, so they had to start doing it. Yeah. Doing the classes and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shit like that.
It's almost like along the lines of those who can't do teach. You ever heard?
Yes.
Heard that? You can't do it, then
I'm not
become an instructor.
I'm not talking shit a little bit because I don't understand.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you are.
A little bit, but in all seriousness, because I'm cheap. I would never. I would.
But there's so many little nuances in comedy, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so many.
For one, I learn everywhere.
Right.
For one, first and foremost. So
I'm just curious.
I would think any class you would pay for, if you don't learn anything at all, like anything zero, then either that teacher was real bad, or you're maybe a genius, or somebody's full of shit. You know what I mean? Because it's hard for both to be true. You know what I mean? So,
I'm just curious, like how if they did you, so you feel like you got your money's worth.
See, that would be a difficult question.
Because I'd be like,
I'm a man of love, my brother.
Right.
So, I didn't get what I wanted. No, I didn't want to get what I wanted when I went in there. Nah. So I gotta go back. You know what I mean? Oh, no. Actually, I got my own answer on my own. I did this shit. You want to know what I wanted to know?
What?
Basically, you as a professional, sir, and I ain't going to. Should I shout him out? Because I'm kind of saying. Anyway,
he's
my
say the
homie
name
though.
Of the school.
Yeah, ain't nobody saying name of school or nothing, but he's my homie, and we actually talked about this one time in class. I said it basically what I didn't want from him and what I wanted from him. So, the thing that I wanted wasn't all the way fulfilled, but I got other things out of it because I did learn a lot from what he was, the information he was sharing with us. So to make a long story short, I didn't get everything I wanted there, and I kind of learned on my own. Pretty much is how you get everything out of your brain into action. So for me, I learned to write because that's what I consider myself, a writer. Actually being on stage, that's an after effect as far as I'm concerned. So writing is my number one thing, and that was the biggest thing. When I was coming every single week, I was actually unemployed for about 6 months or so or whatever. While I was trying to find a job, I was also trying to get employment with this new job of saying jokes. And when y'all was seeing me all the time and I was sitting on them other mics every week, is because I was unemployed and I didn't have to go to work the next day.
All right.
Now y'all seeing the working version of me and shit.
Right.
So that's why I'm a little bit less frequent. But the point is that time that I was off from work, I did learn, I think, a new craft in my joke writing.
Right.
Because that's pretty much all I did every day. And I already know how I am. I'm kind of OCD with things. Once I begin something,
Right.
I'm weird, so I kind of overthink things. So once I'm into something, I know how my mind works, and it's going to be in there all day. Or it's going to be in there a whole lot. So comedy, once my writing.
They taught, so that's what you learned from.
No, that's what I learned myself.
Oh, so I'm saying from the comedy school, you did it like 2 classes and then 2 or 3 classes.
No, we did 4 classes in this class that I took. But there are other classes where it's like they go for months and stuff. So it depends on your class. The one I took was only 4 classes, and
because I thought about doing that, and then that's why I wanted to ask about the money part of it.
Yeah, I never really thought about, going to a comedy class or anything until I was talking to Ray, Ray from down the city.
He's actually
Shout
the
out
other
to
one.
Ray. Yeah.
I'm considering.
Well, I knew you weren't.
No.
We had talked a little bit about your comedy school thing, and I knew you didn't go to 2 Rays because we had talked about that.
Yeah.
But he was on I produced some of Soul Joel's podcasts, and Two Ray did one of them.
Okay.
And afterwards, we were hanging out, and all through the podcast, check it out on Soul Joel TV, Two Ray. But he's got so much knowledge, man, and he explains shit so well. And we talked comedy for like 2 hours. He was just talking, not just comedy, but
Yeah, I got you.
just hanging out, talking comedy and bullshit. And after the pod, and I would consider going to his because I think he would be a great teacher, man.
If I'm not mistaken, where he does instruct is actually run by the guy who runs the comedy joint on Monday nights.
Oh, okay.
It's the same guy.
Okay.
The Two Ray is an instructor, if I'm not mistaken. He's an instructor. Now he may even watch this, so he gonna say if I'm wrong, right? So if I'm not mistaken, he's an instructor at the school, and the guy who has the school also does the Monday nights.
Okay.
He's in there hosting sometimes during Monday night. He comes in there and speaks.
Right.
I forgot his name. I'm trying to think of his name. Keith from Up the Block.
I heard of him.
I believe it's.
Yeah,
I believe that's his.
you're right.
I believe that's his spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be at Soul Joel's pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah, Two Ray. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man, he's gonna be at Soul Joel's. That'd be a good place to hang out. And
December 2nd, I'm going there to see the homie that stuttered. I want to holler at him. I paid for a backstage pass and everything, like the little hoe. I'm gonna go back there and ask him what's up with his speech guy.
who's somebody at
What the hell's his name?
be up Soul Joel's on
December 2nd or the 6th. I forgot. Whichever is on a Saturday. What is his name? He was on America's Got Talent.
Oh.
And he doesn't stutter anymore. I think they said he was in an accident.
It stopped his stutter.
No, that made him start.
Oh.
And then he became a comedian. He started on, I don't know when he started exactly, but I know he was on AGT. And then after that, he's been blowing, he's been doing his thing since then.
Is it Drew Lynch?
There you go.
Okay.
He's going to be there. Can you see when he's going to be there?
December 2nd. Soul
There you go.
Joel's. Check it out. Buy
Yeah.
tickets.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to holler at the homie. Maybe he can look out for me. Maybe
Yeah.
my remix ghost can show up heavy that day.
I was thinking about going to and maybe I'll do it next time if Jay Yoder, the thing that you did,
Oh yeah.
because he did a little, not a school, but like a little
Oh yeah.
clean comedy writing course or something.
Yeah. He told me he's gonna have one there. He's gonna have one at Soul Joe's, I think. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do
I'll have
that.
to check that
I
out.
want to check it out.
Yeah. He's a good instructor. I was in his class
And that's
before,
free.
at the church.
It's free, right?
The church joint was free. I don't know. I mean.
Cheap son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That's why I was like getting at these in school, like $100 a class. Good Lord.
He'll give
how
you
about, how about half a class? For half a class.
How much for 5 minutes? This
Give me a punchline.
give me a punchline for like $10.
Yeah, man, he's a teacher, so you can imagine he is.
Exactly. I ain't even put that together. I'm all slow. That's perfect. You're right. He is the teacher. Yeah.
He had he also did Soul Joel's podcast.
Oh yeah.
Jay's a quiet guy. We talk comedy a little bit, and I don't know him that well, but we talk comedy a little bit here and there. But his story, as far as comedy goes, was he was just watching open mics at Joel's, maybe writing stuff down on something or laptop or whatever, just taking notes. And he watched a bunch of them, and then he started doing them. And I think he said he was going to do 100 open mics.
He said he wanted to do 100.
I think he did 100 open mics. You can go back to Soul Joel TV and check out the Jay Yoder episode.
That would be the smart thing to do.
I think he said he did 100 mics, and then he was going to really buckle down and try to turn it into a career.
Really?
And that was just kind of right around when he did the podcast, and he upped his social media shit. Mm-hmm. He would come and do our mic and want to go first, do his set, jump in his car, and head down to like Grape Street and down to Manayunk and just hit another mic just to get 2 in the night. And then after they did 100 mics, he started buckling down, and now he's on like that board teachers tour up and down the East Coast and shit.
Yeah, he
Killing it.
tearing it up.
Killing
Tearing
it,
it up.
Yeah.
And he a real cool dude.
Yeah, he is.
So where I live now, I was talking to my neighbor, who I've known almost all my life, but and they got a big Rottweiler, big huge Rottweiler. I don't know, about 100 and some pounds. And during the summertime, they used to have one of their friends, young, I don't know what it is. They used to have a young lady walk their dog, their big ass Rottweiler. And they're outside having a conversation with her, and I walk up, we have small talk, and I mentioned that I do open mic, and she says, the girl who walks the dog says, my cousin does open mic. I said, oh, really? So, and then we say something, and then I said, and she says, well, his name is Jay. I said, huh? For one, my name is Jay, and they're like, what's your Jay? And she's like, Jay Yoder.
Oh, shit.
Jay Yoder's wife is her cousin. My next door neighbor's dog Walker is Jay Yoder's wife's cousin.
What a small fucking world.
That is a small.
He does some shit,
Yeah.
So
That is crazy.
Yeah,
And
I
you
told him
live
about
like
it.
probably 20 miles away from Jay. Like it's not.
I don't know where Jay lives. So
I think he lives up near Soul Joel's.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think.
okay. Well, yeah,
crazy.
we ain't far. I mean, it's not a surprise. We all are
Yeah.
more than likely in the same area. You know what I mean? Like y'all bastards growing up in Norristown.
It's crazy. Some dude. We had Jeremy on the podcast a week or so ago, right?
Yeah.
So I put it on Instagram or Facebook or something. I don't know, but somebody from Norristown, shout out my man Bass D. You may know Bass D.
Yeah, I know bass. Well, anyway, yeah.
He says, shout out my man Jeremy. I used to work with him
Really?
somewhere. Yeah, he was like, he's always been funny or something. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
He
saw
said that?
on there. Yeah,
yeah,
I saw
Bass
that.
D
Bass D
commented
said that?
on whatever.
Okay.
I was like, how small of a world is that?
Oh, that's right. Bass D
Jeremy knows
is
Bass
in
D.
Pottstown, and Jeremy is in Pottstown, right?
Where they work together somewhere. I know Bass D was more of a Phoenixville.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about Pottstown. I definitely know Phoenixville, but it's just crazy that it's like such a small world. I mean, you're right. We all are only 15, 20 minutes apart, but it's just wild.
Y'all know my family, Bear, Lord Berserk, for
Lord
anybody
Berserk, shout him out,
Norristown. Bear, that's Bass is his folk. So that's only, I don't really know him. So if he watched this, he might be looking at me like, I don't know that because he doesn't. But anyway,
You know of him.
I know him exactly. I've known of him almost all my life because I've heard Bears is saying some shit about
You
him.
know Carly B and them too.
Carly B is anyway, I've known him through Bear for a long time, but and also he's family on my dad's family side, so we're long lost, unrelated family too.
I hear.
Third.
Yeah.
The third cousin, next door neighbor used to walk the dog together. I mean,
That's not. We were talking about that with Carlos too. That's Norristown. That's just how it is.
Everybody.
Like soon as when I met you at the open mic, I heard you say you were from Norristown or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you said something about your family, and I said, well, "Who's your family?" And the first person you said was Bear's brother Greg.
Once,
Shout out Greg.
yeah.
And I've known Greg since I was like 15 years old or something like that.
Once I know your age group, if I know your age group was around me, if you're younger than me, then I might not know anybody. But if you're in my age group or a little bit older, I can go either my cousins, even my dad. Even if you're in his age group, my dad is well known. My aunt and her kids, which y'all know is Greg and Bear.
Okay.
So yeah, they're pretty well known in town. So I can usually go by them.
Right.
I probably shouldn't be saying their name that much.
Nothing
Snitching.
bad. Nothing.
Yeah.
Snitching on people.
My family.
Yeah.
Oh, good times, good wholesome fun. Out in Norristown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're good dudes. I seen Greg. This is how I knew everything with the mask was when people were complaining about masks and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everybody masked up, gloved up and shit. I had to, go for whatever. I'm in line paying for my shit, and I just happened to look over like this, and there was a dude walking, and he happened to look over at me, as we're doing this. As I'm there, he's doing this. I looked at him, he looked at me, big ass smile. It was your cousin Greg.
G, yeah.
And I was like, see, everybody says, oh, I can't see this, you can't see that. And we talked and we were breathing fine, but
Yeah.
you can only see like this. Wintertime, I had a hat on, he had a hat on.
Yeah.
All you could see was this, but it was just like, oh shit, what's up, Greg?
Yeah.
That was a good time.
That's funny.
They what you call it? One of our other cousins, because they're my first cousins. Like my mom and my mom and his mom kind of raised my mom a little bit. She's like 10 years older than my mom, so you know how that is when you got siblings that far apart.
Right.
Then they're pretty much like co-parents. So his mom is like an extra mom than me, actually.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Greg and Bear are more than just my first cousins. They're more like my big, really my big bros.
That's cool.
So,
That's cool.
Yeah. Greg, somebody else we know, he calls Greg the mayor of Norristown because anytime he's with him, everywhere he walks, he help. It was,
I believe it.
So-
I believe it.
that's the folks though.
Norristown is like so small, just
Exactly.
in every aspect. I knew Greg for, like I said, I met him when I was a teenager, and then fast forward 20 some years, I don't know, my mom and dad were still alive, so it was 10 years ago,
Yeah.
at least. So, but I knew Greg for a long time. I knew his dad, Skip, for a long ass time too.
Skip Dog Mac Dad.
I hear you. But then I'm with my dad and mom, and we go to Papa Guido's. I run inside to get something, and on my way out, I don't call him Skip. I call him Mr. Stevens.
Yeah.
But I seen him, and I was like, hey,
You
Mr.
call
Stevens.
him Mr. Stevens?
I call
Really?
him Mr. Stevens, yeah. Greg Stevens.
Really? For real?
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, you know him?
He don't know.
You know who he is? You don't know who he is?
He don't know.
Yo, you might be the only person I know that calls him Mr. Steve. But anyway, I'm sorry. Everybody calls him Skippy.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably did, but who
I
knows?
knew who Bear and Greg are. They probably wouldn't know me.
Nah, they don't.
Oh, I got it.
They know you. They said they don't like you. Stop talking about them, pussy.
Oh, this is the one they were talking about. My bad.
They would watch the podcast if Chris wasn't on it. But now I
There'll
passed.
be a lot more people. Though.
I passed Greg's dad leaving Papa Guido's, and I go to
Yeah.
get what I got to get. When I'm coming out,
Yeah.
I see him leaning in my car, shaking my dad's hand, laughing and waving. I'll see you later. And I was like, "Do you know him?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Skip." He was, I knew Skip since like '68. I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh shit, we used to work together at the steel plant." And I was like, "All right." I knew his sons for 20 years.
Exactly.
That's Norristown.
Yeah. Everybody. See, I'm a weirdo. I was always in and out. Like I said, I moved around a lot, so
Right.
I always feel like a stranger there to an extent. Maybe around my family or around my block once I was, known around my block. But other than that, I always feel like a stranger in town. So when I'm around them, especially growing up, we're old now. But in growing up with them, and I was here, and we would be around town, it was almost like being light celebrity. Like light celebrity status, because everybody knew him.
Oh, yeah.
And I would be the dude behind him, But that's always been me, though.
Yo, Greg was the man when I met him. He had
Really?
a badass Mustang. Like, people that know it was a Fox body Mustang, like that style from the 80s
Yeah.
with the system in it and the
Like
rims and
some up.
shit.
Yeah.
And my buddy was friends with him.
Yeah.
So that's how I met him, from my buddy Brooks. I don't know if you remember his.
I've heard the
Brooks,
name
yeah.
before.
If anybody knows where Brooks is at, tell him to hit us up. I've been searching for him for like 10 years. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
Wish him the best of luck, though.
Yeah.
But Yeah, man. Greg had a badass car. He was just a cool ass dude. Greg was the shit back then. And he still is town.
Yeah,
to this day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to get him up there to check out one of the shows, man.
Where did you go to high school there, Mister?
A little bit. I spent a little time in Norristown, a little time in North Penn, and then a little time in Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, the school, or Roosevelt, a town? Oh,
Roosevelt, the school.
the school. That's in town, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that school?
So all in
Market
Norristown. So yeah, motherfucker. you was in Norristown. Yeah. Oh, okay.
But when you go to Roosevelt, you got to differentiate.
Really?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
at
know
Norristown High School, and then there's Roosevelt.
Roosevelt's the
Hold
bad,
up.
the bad kid school.
that. Oh, really? Oh,
We weren't bad. We were misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
oh,
Assholes.
Turner School.
Alternative school. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that. Hold up.
Yeah, it's on
Hold
Market
up.
Street.
Roosevelt was an alternative school.
Yeah.
It is.
It still is. to
It
this day.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I went to North Penn High School,
That's wild.
and I wasn't. It was a rough time in my time, so I got kicked out of there. And then I went back to Norristown High, and they wouldn't let me back in. So I went to Roosevelt, and then wound up getting my GED
How long has it been like that?
for a long time.
Yeah.
As long as we've been alive.
No, I don't know. I don't know when it started as an alternative school. It was an actual like.
It was a high school first.
Okay, because I was gonna say I thought I remember my mom saying she might have went there for middle school or something, or some.
They had the
might have.
stadium. The stadium was like, I mean, they had that big field, like
Yeah.
like so, like at one time,
I know now they use it.
like at one time, like the Norristown Bengals played there.
Yeah, Norristown High used to play
Norristown
there.
High used to play there. This was a long time ago. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
It was I had an uncle who was a couple years older than my mom, so he went to school there, not as a high school or anything, it's like middle school or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's what my mom was talking about.
But then when my older brother went there, like in the first couple of years, so
Okay.
that was probably like
This
70.
yeah.
He was born in 65, so 75. So probably like 80.
Yeah.
That probably started as an alternative school.
Yeah, my mom. I'm a '79 kid. And my mom was a teenager when she had me. So that would be around 79, 80 ish.
Okay, yeah. So she probably might have went there just in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because they do that now with when kids are in school
Yeah.
and they're pregnant.
Yeah.
I think they do. They did. It was huge when I was in school there.
Yeah.
They had a pregnancy class for kids that were pregnant. They would just
Yeah.
go to school there until they had their baby.
Well, I'm sorry. She probably went there. I was born in '79, so she went there probably before she had me. So that was probably
I got you.
So
they gave us,
that's
like-
a little bit early.
Yeah, so it was probably middle school or something before that.
They gave us like I forget what they did. They gave us an egg or some kind of thing. Like you had to represent it as a kid. And
In
take care
Roosevelt?
of it. Yeah.
And
Oh, in the baby class, to taking care of the baby's class. Yeah.
yo, that's some shit from the TV show. I didn't know they really did that.
I
never
did it
had
in
to
middle
do that.
school.
We were on a different. We were.
Huh.
It was a whole different world at Roosevelt than the regular high school. Did you go to
Really?
the regular high school or never?
For a little bit, yeah. I did. I went to Norristown High for 2 years.
Because Jared never even went to the high. He
He was a
went
bad
right,
kid.
He just went right into Roosevelt.
Y'all want to hear how long I went to Norristown High School? I don't even know, but not long enough to see my first report card.
No shit.
I dropped out. I remember my last day. I skipped I skipped the period before lunch and then went to all 4 lunches. You remember they had 4 lunches at Norristown? So I went to all 4 lunches. No, I think I went to 2 and ate the first 2 and then went with my homeboy and smoked weed at the other 2. Then came back and went to the class that I was supposed to attend high. And the teacher, well, I came into class, it was art. And I remember I went to art class. I was already late, high, coming into class, high. in the art class, and I pretended like I had to use the bathroom, and I went and got something to eat because I didn't eat because I was out smoking weed, but I was supposed to be eating lunch.
First 2 lunches, though.
There you go. No, I'm sorry. I went and drove and rode around smoking weed the first 2 lunches.
Oh, okay.
And then I would come back to class, and then at class I would ask to go to the bathroom and then go back and get something to eat. I was drawn, yo. I was tripping. So then I came back to class one day, and my homeboys were like, "Yo, when you left, the teacher called up because you know they had the phones. She called up to the front office and was like, "Hey, I've got a student in class, and he smells like marijuana." And I don't know what to do. And I remember the teacher's face. I don't remember her name, but she was like, but anyway, he was split between snitching on me and trying to get me help.
Yeah.
So ultimately, she snitched on me. But anyway, she told me, well, once they told me the conversation she had on the phone, I asked to use the bathroom again, and I went and grabbed my shit, and I left. And I left the school grounds, went and caught the bus, and that was the last time I ever attended high school.
Well, we all had the same thing. I still feel like we did okay. You know, we're not stupid people. You know,
Yeah.
especially I go to
Speak for yourself on that.
I go to his brother's house not every night, but like once or twice a week, and we watch Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And
I love Jeopardy.
Between the 2 of us, if this guy's over, like, we kill the whole thing. You know, so one of us is gonna get the damn question. Like when me and Jared, we're pretty good at it.
We might make a nice team in it if I join in with y'all.
But
Trivia team.
last night, like I watched Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about Celebrity Jeopardy, but
I've seen it before.
It's like the dumbest shit.
Yeah, right.
I feel like you're like, are you serious? Like, because
It's like kids.
I think the fucking question was like, she was like, it was. I think the question was like, she was on her way to her grandmother's house, and the wolf came in contact with her.
Hey man, you gotta give them softball
Red
questions.
Riding, and that was literally the answer was Red Riding Hood.
I think people are intimidated by Jeopardy because some of the questions are like hard, like how the fuck did
Super
you know
nerd.
that kind of shit.
And you know what helped me with that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You ever seen White Man Can't Jump? The original. And that let me know they get the shit ahead of time. I remember watching that as a kid, and I'm still a fan of Jeopardy, but I know they get them shits ahead of time. They get to go prepare.
Right.
Or maybe they don't.
That makes sense. Like, all right, but like they can't possibly know everything, but
No, they don't. But they get
but
a
they're like,
lot
all
of
right,
them
here these are the 16 because I don't know
Yeah.
how many fucking categories are on each 8. So it'd probably be like 16.
They
and
probably
then the
got a
last
list of
question.
100 or something, but they're gonna only choose, a certain amount every week. You gotta know a whole bunch, but you don't know which ones it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's my assumption.
I mean, but like lately, ever since God rest his soul, ever since Alex Trebek died,
yeah, that was the homie.
like
Man.
like I'm not saying every show, but like I get a lot more questions than I should probably get right. And I think it's because like they're running out of fucking questions, and they're
I have 2 things. Let me go back to the other thing.
All right.
First, I think people get regular people get intimidated by Jeopardy.
Yeah.
They just think, oh, it's all this smart shit I don't know. But then it'll be a question, and I think the context clues of the question a lot of times give you the answer if you just think for a second. Like the first thing that popped in my head, and it's not a question, but they'll be like, this was like the best-selling grunge band of all times. Oh, well, forget it, never mind.
Oh, they say something like that
Yeah,
when,
like-
when they ask it, yeah.
Grunge and never mind. What's that make you think of?
Nirvana.
You know what I'm saying? Man, if you got it. See, that was pretty good.
Oh, that was pretty good, because I'm still lost. A nice one.
Well, Nirvana's had an album called Nevermind.
And it was like the
Oh,
biggest,
see, I didn't
it was the
know that.
biggest
I didn't know
selling
that.
like album in like 1991 or whatever. It was.
I don't know their album names. I just know who they are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I got you.
But I also think Jeopardy has tiers. Like, I think they know, like,
Oh, for sure.
these 3 people are way smarter than these other 3 people. So we're going to have smarter questions for these 3. Then these 3 here, we're going to have not so smart questions.
It's not that they can't. Well, for the most part, I would think they could, but they're doing celebrity shit that's making them the celebrity they are.
But like, there's like the other night there was like the top person won like $5,000.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like this is not good. Like, I want to see somebody win some fucking money, get some answers. I mean, that last question could fuck you over and like lose a lot of money depending on how
And it drops
cocky
down,
you are.
Yeah.
But still, like when people are when the
He said the winner
top
had $5,000.
$5,000, like it's pathetic.
Yeah.
So we watched Jeopardy a lot, and like it was like the Tournament of Champions. They get crazy. It's like the wild card Tournament of Champions. Come on, like they're really trying to like give people a shot to get back on. But these are like the wild card, meaning like they were not the smartest of the smart. They were on a show, and I don't fucking.
They
know
were
that.
champions, but they probably did a couple of times instead of like 30.
Or
You know what I mean?
I don't know. They were like the weaker of the. They weren't like no Ken Jennings.
I got it.
Yeah, I got you.
Like, there's like when the original people like Ken Jennings, that one
They were the
other
they're the-
asshole.
They're the Chris Reynolds of Jeopardy's.
As an interesting, where would y'all rank on y'all personal list?
I'm gonna take
Not
it as a compliment.
overall greatest shows, but on y'all personal list, where is it rankings for you guys?
Of Jeopardy?
Jeopardy, yeah.
Oh, it's as far as like game shows and shit?
No, just period. All shows.
All shows is
Oh,
Jeopardy up in that list. I never really put Jeopardy in there,
Yeah, I
but
didn't think
in the
about
TV
that.
show list. But
It would be in my top
it's-
5
yeah, if I had to pick 5 shows I had to watch forever,
all time.
and you have to watch these 5 shows for the rest of your life, Jeopardy's definitely going to be on that list.
I didn't even go there with that. I would just think of my personal top 5. I would put Jeopardy in my top 5 favorite shows of all time.
I you know what, I probably wouldn't, because I probably wouldn't even have thought of that until you said that. Like, I
Yeah,
do
it's-
watch Jeopardy, but I wouldn't even have thought to put that in my top 5.
That's a really interesting take on your top 5 TV
Yeah.
shows, because nobody ever puts any game shows
Never.
in there,
Exactly.
but you
It's-
watch Jeopardy every night.
It's not a lot of game shows I can say I've watched by myself. I don't watch I ain't trying to, I've watched that with my grandma, but I've never sat down and put Wheel of Fortune on. I've put Jeopardy on.
You're right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is,
that's
we
one of my
watch
top
all,
5.
like if I'm over, like I go over there, we watch Jeopardy. You got to sit through Wheel of Fortune to get to the next Jeopardy episode.
Oh,
They do it
really?
at 8.
They do
Oh,
it at 8,
yeah.
or whatever other. There's like, it's not always on, so like, but like once in a while we'll watch like some random shit, but like a lot of times, like it's like always some weird shit where.
Are we
it comes
talking
on.
like Philly 57 days?
No, like just like no, like there was like this one show where like these like people dress up like these fucking elaborate things, and like they sing songs, and you gotta guess. Who
Oh, the
they
Masked
are.
Singer.
Yeah, we watched
yeah, I know what you're
stupid
talking
shit
Masked
like
Singer.
that. We were watching that, or like this. I don't even listen to country music. I can't fucking stand it, but for some reason, like it's always fucking on. Like the CMA, it seemed I think they had like 5 fucking award shows this year. Somehow it's always on. And like, and Jared's convinced we're gonna see history, so we have to watch.
Oh, what? Like something happened?
Yeah, something will happen. Like,
Hey, man.
Jelly Roll's gonna have a heart attack.
Hey, can I say something to you,
Go ahead.
sir? Please. I believe it was you. I saw, no disrespect, all love. I saw your lady on Facebook, wherever you have her, IG or whatever. I like, man, she's out of his league. How he get her? I was wondering that, and then I see you without your glasses. I like, You look like you used to be a dude back in the day. You look like you used to be a fly dude. Man. Hold up.
Yeah, this is my, you know.
It's his alter ego.
Clark Kent over
Kent
there.
shit, yeah.
Hey.
Super stud.
Hey,
Right.
I see where it was back in the day. Not now, but you know,
Back in the day.
that was a good time to bag her, man.
Back in the day, like
nice
when,
work, nice
Yeah.
work there.
yeah, she's I'm lucky. I'm lucky. Definitely lucky. I don't know.
Smart man.
And I always people say, how'd you get her? And I say, well, it ain't the size of my wallet.
We've been waiting to use that all year.
Yeah, I've been always
Yeah,
waiting.
right.
Yeah, but yeah, seriously, it's
Yeah.
definitely not my wallet. I'm broke as hell.
She likes bad boys. Angry, disheveled, discombobulated, aggressive bad boys.
Yeah, she does not. Her main thing that gets me in trouble is weed. She
Really?
hates the smell,
Really?
and I don't smell it. So
Yeah.
I get in the car, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's smelling." I'm like, "I didn't smoke." I'm like,
It's on your.
It's on my
by
clothes.
now.
Yeah, they
Like,
smell
I'm like-
everything.
So she never smoked, or she just, or
Well,
she stopped.
No, she wasn't a smoker. Now, like, it was funny because
See, that's worse. Her nose
We
is
went
gonna be
on-
more sensitive.
at first I thought she was like a witch, and I'm like, how she smelled this? It's
She
impossible.
said she was a witch.
but it's because she doesn't smoke.
Yeah.
Right.
But we went on vacation one time, and I'm like, listen, I'm like, you know I smoke. I'm like, we're away from home. I'm like, I'm smoking, so whatever, you come with me or whatever. And she was like, all right. And then we smoked, and it was like, and I'm sorry I'm talking about you. We didn't mention your name. She was acting like crazy. Like I handed it to her, and she's like, she hands it back, and like she's already like, give it back.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
whoa, calm down. But then
Chasing the dragon already.
she
Damn.
she smoked, but then it was like not for her. She like,
Yeah.
if it was fun for her the first time, and then she was like, oh, my throat. It
Yeah.
didn't
it's
like
not for her.
she didn't, and so, but she tried. I give her that. She tried, but she wants me to go medicinal with the thing,
The
pens.
vape pen, yeah.
Yeah, with the things, or gummies or whatever. But I told her gummies are not a thing in Pennsylvania. Food, they don't. It's not
Yeah.
whatever recreational or whatever regulated for food or whatever, like
Yeah.
gummy bears and chocolates, and she got to go somewhere else for that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to go medicinal, and so I don't smell like weed.
You better. You want to keep her.
Yeah.
Throw your ass right back to the wolves.
Love is a beautiful thing, man. If it don't
But,
make you change it, it's
so-
not real.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I mean, I do love weed. Like
You know what you'll never smell? Crack.
true story.
She'll notice the weight loss.
And
Like, baby, you've been working out.
and the missing TV.
You know what I mean? and the missing teeth.
Right.
Might add up.
And then yeah. But you know, I think I'll just go ahead and just try the medicinal. I don't know if crack it, you know. I'm not into drugs, or even if I was into drugs, I wouldn't be into drugs that make you like energized or whatever.
Well, think of it like this.
I'm chill.
Think of it like this. You can't suck dick for weed.
Says you.
Whoa.
All right.
And that sounds like you just want to. If you smoking weed and doing that, then it sounds like it was already on your heart.
Yeah. You want to shout out your socials, Jay?
My socials are my name Jaye Burrell. That's Jaye Burrell. I ain't got no social. Well, yeah. My socials on Facebook is my name, and IG. That's all I got for now. And I'm on YouTube. That's right. Jaye Burrell, JayeBurrell. The remixer. I'm doing pretty good. I'm not even studying right now. I'm killing it right now, remixing it up. But I am going to make a new Facebook page soon. I've just been procrastinating, so now I put pressure on myself by saying it out loud.
And where can we see you at in the next coming up weeks? Where are you going to be performing at?
Oh,
Soul Joel's.
Let me get my phone.
And then, you got any shows coming up?
Yeah. So, come out to Soul Joe's on Tuesday. Man, y'all cool with Joe. We should be getting, a little change for this or something. Nah. Soul Joe's on Tuesday. Go hit up the Comedy Joint on Mondays, because that's where I'm going to be. Or JJ Fallon's, I believe, is the name of the spot across the street. But my show that I'm gonna be doing, in January of next year, January 20th, will be at the Iron Eagle Bar and Grill in Coatesville, PA.
Okay.
With the funny Karen Schwartz and the sit down, not the stand up, the sit down comedian Ben. Don't have me messing up his last name, but yeah, it's gonna be at the Iron Eagle. But yes, weekly. I do Tuesday nights at Soul Joe's, Mondays at the Comedy Joint, Wednesdays is the new spot that I can't think of the name of, but I'm gonna go ahead and shout it out anyway.
It's in Phoenixville, right?
Yes, it is in Phoenixville. It is that would be ran by the homie Dan, and that would be as soon as I hit it up, boom, bam, bing. That would be easy money at Boardroom in Phoenix, 101 Bridge Street. Hit it up, boom, bam, bing, bam.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to actually have you send us that.
Yeah, we'll put it up. And
Okay.
show January 20th, Iron Eagle in Coatesville.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
I'll send you that as well.
we'll remind the people. You will remind us. We'll remind them, and maybe we'll even.
Check it out, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
That would be
I'll
sweet.
support you
gentlemen.
and Karen. We want to get Karen on here too.
Yes.
Having her on.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but go check Jay out on the socials.
Thank you
Jaye
for having
Burrell.
me here.
And January 20th, Iron Eagle. I'm sure he'd love to see you there. Well, thanks for doing this, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me,
And,
gentlemen. It's an honor.
Always a pleasure.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.